Kazakhstan is one of the European Union's major partners in Central Asia. About 70% of European investments in the region are targeted in Kazakhstan. There are 24 large European invested projects being implemented in Kazakhstan. One of them is the locomotive plant, known for their competitive output. The electric engines can move at the speed of 120 kilometers per hour. The plant is planning to export its output to Azerbaijan, which is set to purchase 40 locomotives.
And we have launched some months ago a new workshop to assemble our own onboard transformers. We have localized already 25% of our scope of production, and the target is to localize 50% at the end of the contract.
Kazakhstan and the European Union have been reliable economic partners for many years. The parties focus on enhancing favorable commercial environment and boosting mutually beneficial trade relations. Last year, the trade turnover between the EU member countries and Kazakhstan totaled about $35 billion. Meanwhile, the European Union invested more than $200 billion in the Kazakh economy in the last 25 years.
Европейский Союз является важнейшим партнером нашей страны.
The EU is a very important partner for Kazakhstan in the political, trade and economic sectors because half of the direct foreign investments attracted into Kazakhstan are attributed to the European Union.
Привлеченных в нашу страну. Это качественные инвестиции.
European investments help develop both large and small businesses. Zhanna Uskembayeva started her business almost 20 years ago with a small shopping stall. The entrepreneur received her first loan from the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. At the moment, the businesswoman is developing her cashmere production business.
I
was thinking about the ways to improve clothing designs, create my own collections, and access the international market. The EBRD helped me to do this. I filed an application on their website. The bank's specialists helped the entrepreneur create a business plan, undergo training, and access the European market. The businesswoman presented her works at the Milan Fashion Week and received offers to cooperate with European brands.
Сам факт того, что ЕБРР проинвестировал около 9 миллиардов.
The fact that the EBRD invested about $9 billion in Kazakhstan and that our portfolio amounts to $2.8 billion shows that it is profitable and appealing to invest in Kazakhstan.
Инвестировать в Казахстан – это интересно, это доходно.
Experts believe that Kazakhstan has vast potential for more cooperation. The main factors of successful cooperation include political stability and favorable investment environment. Kazakhstan exports almost half of all the grains harvested in the Republic. Kazakh experts say that in the current agro season, the exports will amount to about 9.5 million tons. Most of the Kazakh agricultural products are exported to countries in the Central Asian region. Most of the freights are delivered to Uzbekistan and significant volumes are also exported to Tajikistan. China also imports Kazakhstan products. Georgia is showing interest in Kazakhstan's wheat and the country intends to increase its imports. Recently, the two countries have agreed to take measures to subsidize the transportation of grains. This is a pretty good mechanism to import wheat at a competitive price. The grain is delivered from Kazakhstan to Georgia through the territory of Russia and Azerbaijan. We need to know the transportation costs when crossing all borders, and we need to understand which areas will be subsidized and to what extent the prices will fall. Georgia consumes nearly 700 tons of wheat in 1 year. The country imports 90% of the agricultural products, mostly from Russia. According to the Georgian Union of Bakers, the country needs different types of wheat. This will help to partially stabilize the wheat, which will affect the price of bread. When grain is imported from Russia and Kazakhstan, their mixed grinding will improve the quality of the flour. Various programs are being implemented in Georgia to increase the local grain production. This might take years for the country to be able to satisfy its domestic needs. In Georgia, many experts welcome the increasing imports of Kazakh wheat. They support the favorable price as well as the high quality of wheat produced in Kazakhstan. The timely and effective healthcare initiatives introduced by Kazakhstan have been recognized by the member of international non-governmental organizations. The NGO members commend the access to healthcare in Kazakhstan, as well as effective treatment and preventive services outlined in the Astana Declaration. The document was adopted last year and focuses on primary healthcare practices. Representatives of NGOs also highlighted that members of various population groups in the country are provided with equal access to health services irrespective of their status. Meanwhile, the upcoming high-level meeting in New York will focus on the promotion of primary healthcare within the universal health coverage agenda.
There is so much push to private sector, private hospital, 5-star hotels, and so either people can, and it doesn't also really mean they are the best, knowledgeable. Mostly, they attract some of the, best maybe doctors, but then they have to work like race with time, get more patient. So it's kind of racing with the profit, not the health. Thank you to Mission of Kazakhstan, and thank you enlightening and giving a hope.
Students in Taraz have made a new type of ecological fuel, briquettes. In the future, the briquettes will replace coal, say young scientists. They have worked on the project for years. The nano development is consisted of coal dust and waste paper. The researchers say that the briquettes do not emit carbon monoxide. They burn several times longer than coal, but their efficiency is comparable to blue fuel. One of our briquettes weighs 600 grams, lasts for nearly 48 to 50 minutes. It gives its maximum efficiency in kilojoules of heat, specifically even 19,000 kilojoules per hour. When it is burned, the ash content is less than the one of coal since it burns almost to ashes. The developers are confident that the new type of fuel will help reduce the level of environmental pollution and will reduce the expenses of villagers in the heating season by 2 times. Resident of the Kultogan village, Alimbek Boranbayev, has used the new fuel. The elderly is experimenting with a stove in the street in order to use briquettes to heat the house next winter. The briquette burns well in the oven. Heat is stored for a very long time. I can throw it in the oven and leave it be. The briquette is harmless and has no unpleasant smell. Currently, the students want to patent their invention. Then, they plan to find an investor who can fund their project. The Uzbek Drama Theatre of Shymkent is organizing its 16th season. As part of the Year of Kazakhstan in Uzbekistan, the theatre troupe has made a special tour to Tashkent. The troupe has presented an unforgettable performance based on the novel When a Wolf Howls by prominent Kazakh writer Sabit Dosanov. Theatre director Javlon Saitov says that the novel is based on a true story and covers a number of topics related to conflicts in the society. The repertoire of the drama theatre includes more than 80 different performances and productions. The young multinational troupe is continuously rehearsing for new performances. In May, the troupe will tour to several cities in Kazakhstan. Then, the drama theatre plans to take part in the Theatrical Spring National Festival.
Мамыр айының 26 жұлдызынан 30 жұлдызына дейін Қостанай қаласында Kazakhstan'daki ұлттық театрлардың фестиваліне қатысамыз.
On May 26th to 30th, Kostanay will host a festival, Theatrical Spring, in the national theatres of Kazakhstan. We will also participate in the festival and present the production When a Wolf Howls. In June, we plan to present the ancient drama Lights of Bosphorus in Russia's Kerch city. There will also be the production Oedipus the King by Sophocles.
Софокльдің Эдип патша трагедиясымен барайын деп жатырмыз.
Kazakhstan's only Uzbek Drama Theatre in Shymkent gave a platform to the art development by representatives of other nationalities. These are the results of the Institute of the Assembly of People of Kazakhstan, which has united dozens of different ethnic groups in Kazakhstan under a single roof. Kyrgyzstan's capital, Bishkek, marked its 141st anniversary. A vibrant, rich cultural program dedicated to the capital's birthday was showcased to guests and residents. On the Avenue of Youth, easels were installed for the young citizens. Elderlies had the opportunity to play chess. Creative teams gave performances with national instruments. Yesin Aman Toygunbayev had lived in Bishkek for almost 70 years. The elderly recalls the time when he arrived to Bishkek from the village when he was young. He was surprised by the architecture. When I arrive here to celebrate the anniversary of Bishkek, I'm very excited. I expect our beautiful city will continue to develop and improve. Small stages were installed at significant places in the city. Music, songs, dances, and love declarations to Bishkek were heard everywhere. Large-scale celebrations took place in the central square. Foreign pop stars also gave a concert as part of the celebration. A few thousand people gathered to celebrate the birthday of the capital. The celebration ended with colorful fireworks. Ansagan Mustafa is an outstanding Kazakh artist whose work inspires the public to be creative. She is famous for her unique works that convey different social topics. Today, she has her own workshop. The artist initially thought that she was far from becoming a successful entrepreneur, but now she designs artistic decorations for shirts. She came up with the idea 4 years ago during the celebration of the 550th anniversary of the Kazakh Khanate in the country.
I
was wondering how I can contribute to the celebration as an artist. Then I thought it would be great to see girls and boys wearing clothes and costumes of national style. This led me to create a design based on Kazakh style. Then I posted it on social media and I wrote that if I will get 550 likes for this design, I will create additional 55 designs of national style. The artist started designing national-style shirts with the full support and enthusiasm of thousands of people. Her exclusive products have been delivered to all regions in the country. Now the artist designs decorations not only for black and white shirts, but also for jumpers and dresses. In addition to the national style, a special celebration of designs was prepared for upcoming holidays such as Homeland Defenders Day and Victory Day. Kazakhstan's Trails of Nomads research expedition has traveled to the Iranian city of Tabriz. The ancient city was founded by Kipchak rulers in the 12th century, and it has become the center of the Jalayirid Sultanate's rule in the 14th century. The researchers continue finding interesting historical artifacts every year to reveal more facts about the Kipchaks. For instance, scientists discovered the tomb of Hassan Buzurg Tajuddin, the founder of the Jalayirid Sultanate in Tabriz. Hassan Buzurg ruled the Sultanate in the 14th century from 1336 to 1356. His son Uvais Jalayir, who succeeded him as a Jalayirid ruler, was also buried here.
Аты жөні, кім екенін жазылған тас қираған, оны бұрын болған дейді, қазір соны біз таба алмадық. Бірақ
we couldn't find the stone monument where the names of our ancestors and merits were engraved. It is a loss, but some people say that it existed. We found their burial sites with gravestones. If the Kazakh entrepreneurs invested money in this area, this place could turn into a tourist zone over time. Our ancestors ruled in Iran, Azerbaijan, and the Arabian lands up to the 1390s. Therefore, we need to establish a sign at their burial sites.
90 жылға тақау осы Иранның, Азербайжанның жерін, Арабтың жерін билеген біздің бабаларымыз, сондықтан да олардың басында үлкен белгі болу керек.
Household items used by the Kazakh ancestors were kept and displayed at the Azerbaijani Museum in the city of Tabriz. Other valuable artifacts include multicolored coins with the names of the ruling sultans. There are memorial gravestones with carved-out ornaments of ram's horns in the yard of the museum. Meanwhile, 2 domes built by the Kipchaks during the rule of the country of El Denis are located in the city of Marageh in Iran. There is also a mausoleum of Emir Shams ad-Din Khurasunkar in the city. According to historical data, the emir was respected among the Egyptian Mamluks.
Әуелде мамлюгі болды. Одан кейін оны
He was an Egyptian Mamluk and was appointed as the Emir of Marageh. He ruled in this area until his death in 1328. After his death, his descendants built a large dome in his honor. These facilities were left by our ancestors. These buildings are very important for the Kazakhs.
Күмбездің үшеуі Қазақстандықтар үшін киелі жер деп есептеледі.
The gates were built by the Jalayirs in the 14th century. According to historians, the builders were initially planning to build a mosque, but due to military events, the building was turned into a fortress. The expedition members are planning to continue their research in the city of Gorgan. Kazakh cyclists are planning to ride across 7 European countries within 2 months. The athletes will visit 50 cities as part of the International Bicycle Ride held to mark the Year of Youth. The team of 6 cyclists started their journey in the capital of the United Kingdom. Our bicycle trip is called Peace and Unity. The trip will cover the areas of France, Belgium, Germany, the Netherlands, Poland, Belarus, and Russia.
Польшу, Беларусь, Россию.
The bicycle ride is organized by Kazakhstan's Ethnic Assembly, Kazakh Geographic Society, and Kazakhstan's Embassy in the United Kingdom. The large-scale event is aimed to promote Kazakhstan as well as the country's core values such as unity and peaceful coexistence among the ethnic groups living in Kazakhstan. There are people representing various ages and ethnicities among us, including women, who want to demonstrate our unity, harmony, and healthy lifestyle. The Kazakh cyclists are planning to end their trip in Nur Sultan on the Kazakh capital day. Meanwhile, the bicycle ride team members are amateur cyclists. Kazakh film Jibek, based on the history of the multi-ethnic Kazakhstan, was demonstrated in Seoul. The film was directed by Islambek Tauyekel and the script was written by Lavrenti Son. The film is based on real events. The plot revolves around the mass deportation of members of various ethnic groups to Kazakhstan in 1930s. Jibek was released in 2011 but was not shown publicly in South Korea until now. The film was translated into Korean by a Kazakh film studio, which took 2 months to translate. The film caused great interest among the South Korean audience.
I
learned that Kazakhstan is an open-hearted country where so many ethnic groups live in peace. I was very impressed that the Kazakh people suffered a lot during the World War II. I am familiar with this pain as we experienced the Korean War. I knew very little about the forced deportation of ethnic Koreans, but today I learned a lot. I realized that the Kazakh people welcomed the displaced people and showed kindness and sympathy. Meanwhile, the Kazakh traditional music was performed in Seoul as part of the Central Asian Spring Festival. The music band Uli Dala performed compositions of the Great Steppe for the South Korean residents. Musicians including Samat Abutalipov, Almat Saijan, and Janibek Saparov skillfully played the music instruments such as the shankobis and the dombra. Meanwhile, Agirim Ashimova played modern compositions on the kobis. Kazakh traditional dances were also demonstrated at the event. The visitors were also treated to traditional food and received souvenirs. After listening to the Kazakh music, I realized that it is similar to the Korean music. The Kazakhs look very similar to us. I visited Kazakhstan twice, and after eating the Kazakh food, I had a desire to pay another visit to Kazakhstan. The Central Asian Spring Festival was organized by the Korean Central Asia Cooperation Forum Secretariat together with Kazakhstan's embassy in South Korea.